All right, okay. Something new for today, bringing you massive value in all types of ways, as I would tell you. So, got to give thanks every time. Give thanks for vibe coding. Give thanks for the technology. Give thanks for doing the right thing and staying in the light and using it to make something that will be all right. So, Anthropic just dropped the numbers and they basically proved something I've been living every single day for the last few months. As you can see live when I'm doing the challenge, the fastest growing group of people using Claude Code, their own AI coding tool, are not developers. They're people like me. I'm not a developer. Well, I am now because I develop. I don't know how that wants to be defined, but however people want to put it, I'm not really concerned with the labels. But I definitely was not a developer when I started using Claude Code. I had never developed anything in my life. I've never written code in my life, and right now I'm building real businesses with this tool live in public. So, in this video, I'm going to show you the actual study, the numbers that honestly kind of blew my mind. And then I'm going to open up Claude Code and build a real piece of my business right in front of you. No edits, no hiding the hard parts. Going to get into it. So, going on about 15 years as an entrepreneur, kind of a tech person, definitely not a developer before this. I would say mostly I like following tech trends, seeing what tech has been doing. You're watching me do it live, the challenge. People keep telling me I'm a non developer, letting me know all the problems that can come through, all the things that can happen in the future, all the serious issues. Then Anthropic, the company that makes the tools that I use, published the data that says the opposite. This isn't me hyping a tool, this is their own numbers. So, like I have said with anything in life, you never know if everything is going to go right. You can never be 100% certain that everything is going to be secure, that there's not going to be any problems. From what I understand, even the best developers still have problems from time to time. What I have found is as Claude gets better, as Claude makes new updates, it's finding more and more problems that I wasn't finding in the past. So the tool's getting better, and I'm getting better at understanding how to use it better so that I can make things better. And it's a loop that keeps getting better and better and better. So the fastest growing users are in the non software work skill range, people in management, sales, legal, regular operators, not engineers. This is just people using it for their business, using it for business purposes. Most of what I'm seeing are non coders coming in to share their sessions that they were just debugging something that used to take them a week. And now they said they did it in a day. I've had people come in the stream and tell me that a new update with Claude has fixed a problem in a few hours that they have been trying to fix for over a year. And these are technical developers. These are people that aren't just fixing code, they're building outcomes. And the line that got me the most is the biggest non-developer occupations are performing close to professional software engineers on actual coding tasks. So people who do this for a living and people like me are landing in the same range now. This is turning out to be the great equalizer happening in real time, and it's happening quick, and it's only getting better. I feel like this is a new trend. The window is just opening. We've still got a ways to go. I'm going with this flow, and I'm doing it like it's all that I know, putting myself into it. So, this game used to be locked behind a CS degree or a developer that you had to pay. And I have been held back in many areas of entrepreneurship and business in the past. Had so many good ideas that when I looked into it, how much it would cost to hire a developer or to get a degree, the time commitment, everything behind that, it was just not something that made sense. It was something that, I'll just wait and put this off until the business generates enough money to actually pay somebody to do this. And, a lot of these businesses stand on the actual product that I'm coding. And one thing I wouldn't have known either is that, nothing's actually ever done. One thing I learned from coding and creating things like this is that even when I think it's done, once I actually start using it, it will evolve over time. So it's not like a one shot where I could just pay somebody to build something and then that's it. I would have to pay them in the future to make changes when the changes need to be done. So I can just stay on top of the trends. I can see what's going on in each different niche that I have a business in, and I can see where it makes the most sense to implement the newest tech, and I can implement it the same day that it comes out. Sometimes what I'm seeing is I'm having ideas and I'm implementing these ideas, and then a month or 2 months later, somebody else does it. I had the idea first. I'm seeing that I can be on top of these trends. I can even pave the way and create the trends. So the wall is gone. What decides what you build isn't whether you can code, it's whether you actually understand a real problem and have the drive to solve it. There's enough room in this for everybody. Nobody has to lose for you to win. That's the whole point. That is the point. All right, so looking at a task that I just did, essentially what I did is I'm setting up Hermes agents. These are automated agents. I've done this task for a while manually, and now this is something I feel like the majority of it, I set up an agent for it. So basically, I had to get the key to automatically make these scheduling posts, and it's showing me the name of the post and what time they're being sent out, when it's going to be scheduled, and this is all handled automatically. This is something that I used to do that used to take me a ton of time. I think that just the time it took me to manually schedule each one of these posts was longer than it took me to basically like do this whole workflow now. So, I mean, I'm saving so much time with this. The quality is getting better over time. You can see this whole week that I just went through, Claude knew exactly what to do. So this is what it actually looks like when a non-developer builds something real and it works. Claude will let me know if something's not working. Sometimes I don't catch it. Sometimes I have to find the bug myself. Sometimes other people find it for me. But either way, I've never had a problem fixing something. Anytime I've had a problem, I've been able to like solve it. I'll revolve it when the time comes, but that's another run. So again, the main point, the wall is gone. I think a lot of people just really don't know the power that they have right now. You don't have to be a developer. So many people are held back. So many people think that they need to, go through this course, go through paying somebody to do something because they don't have the tools. Well, what you're going to find is just start trying, start building, and you will see there is a skill to this that anybody can learn. The other night, someone came on the stream. They were talking about most of their employees that are actually developers are having a difficult time adapting to AI because for them it's learning something new. And they're basically the way they said it is they're too lazy to put in the research to learn these new tools. But what they're seeing is that people who don't even have a technical background, if they actually take the initiative, they're better than these technical people at learning some of these things. So I was like, that's a very interesting thing coming from somebody who actually, has a more rounded outlook on developers and technical people where I myself, I can't really compare myself to them because I don't know too many of them. And I'm coming from the perspective of a marketer and a entrepreneur who understands those circles and understands how those people operate. So, I didn't show you the actual build, but I showed you the result of the build. I didn't, it would have taken that whole thing probably took me about 15 or 20 minutes to just let Claude cook and let Claude build it. Another 15 or 20 minutes of me communicating with it. But you got to see the results. You got to see how it set it up. So I was saying that this took me about, I don't know, I would have to say about 1 to 2 hours to set up. And it's not done being set up. It's probably going to take another like maybe 1 to 2 hours just to like dial it in and make the skill better. But I mean, a freelance developer to do something like that, and from what I understand, Hermes Agent didn't even exist. I would have had to have done this manually with a freelance developer. They could have built a system to like do some of the parts that I just did, but assuming Hermes Agent didn't exist before, a developer to do what I just did would have costed at least a couple $1,000s, and this would be a task that needs to get better over time. So I would have had to pay them later once I got it better, and that would have costed another few $1,000s. And I could only imagine that, things are going to change over time and I'll have to adapt. So this is, like I said, not a one-time thing. It's ongoing. So, here's what I want you to learn and take from this. The numbers aren't saying learn to code. They're saying the people who win with this are the ones who actually understand a real problem and just start building. That's it. That's the door. Building is the key. It's wide open right now. It's only going to get better. This is my opinion. Maybe you think AI is going nowhere. Maybe you think it's just a phase right now. I don't. I think it's only going to get better. I think that the sooner you start learning it, the more power you're going to have as it gets more powerful. And if you want the exact setup that I use to build this stuff as a non-coder, I put it all in a free starter kit. The link is in the description and the pinned comment too. Grab it. It's free. And if you want to follow me, the whole 0 to 1 million challenge build, this is the place. I'm doing it live in public, the wins and the dead ends. Go ahead, drop a comment. Tell me the one thing you build if you knew you couldn't fail. I'm going to read every one. And I'll see you in the next video, in the next live stream, whatever it might be, whatever you want to see. Just let me know. Building this is almost free. And if you don't have the money, that's cool. There's another way to do it too. I can talk about that on another video. Let me know if that's what you want to learn, because there are ways, if you do not have money, even for the $20 subscription, that you can get started, that you can work with free versions of AI to actually build things with code. So if you want to know about that, let me know. That's another good video idea that I thought about. That's it for today. Hopefully you got a lot of value off of what I had to say. I'm out.